What's up, family? Uh, I'm so used to saying welcome back to the next day. We just finished the 30 days in December. And for those of you, by the way, who are looking for day 31, I did 31, day 31. I took it down. I hadn't put it back up. I don't know if I am. My contact is bothering me. I'm sorry. So that's what happened with that. But I did 30 days. I did 30 days. Anyway, this is my first time. Is this my first time? I think this is my first time going live this year in 2026. And really, this kind of was an impromptu. As I was doing sessions today, I started to take notes and I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna go live and talk about some of these things. So I just got 7 things I just want to mention real quick because I know these things are going on. These things are going on in y'all's marriages. It's not just the folk that I talk to today. So uh again, no particular order. And it's random. Like so these are random tips to help you do love and life better. All right, so here's the first one. Anyway, I'm just so you want it to work instead of making it work. So a lot of times, folk want their marriage to work, but then they're not putting in the work to make it work. But they think they are. Okay, there's a certain kind of work to deal with certain kind of marriage problems. So here's the tip: don't just be focused on I want my marriage to work. Well, do what it takes to make it work. That's all I got on that one. It was just a random thought. So here's the next one. You're too much. Man, I rewrote this so I could read my handwriting. Jesus. You are wow. Let's go to the next one. The blessing of God. I really can't read that. You are too much. Oh, because it's missing a word. I'm still gonna come back to it. Next one. Uh the blessing of the Lord only falls on the authentic person. That's important to know. The blessings of God, whatever you're praying for, whatever you want God to do in you, it's only going to fall on the authentic self. Why is that important? Because so many of you are walking around not authentic. You don't even know who you are, or you know you're pretending. You cannot pretend. You can't try. Basically, you can't live somebody else's life and get blessings for your life. If you just think about that, that doesn't make sense. And if you're not living your life, whose life are you living? Because every other life is already taken. Yours is vacant. You trying to be somebody else. But the point is, so you don't miss it. Blessing of the Lord only falls on the authentic self. Here's the one that I missed. You care too much about what your spouse thinks. You keyword is too. Key phrase, too much. I'm not saying don't care about what your partner thinks about you. You care too much. Meaning you can't move unless you're moving in a way that validates what you believe they think about you, or you move in a way that validates your belief that when I do this, they're going to see me this way. And you don't know if they're going to see you that way at all. But my point is, you care too much about what your partner thinks. You need to care more about what God thinks than your partner. But not only that, care more about what you think. Like be an individual, be authentic, be you. What do I mean? So an example of caring too much about what your partner thinks. Your partner don't like the fact that you like mayonnaise. Okay, fine, great. But you are so consumed with the fact that they don't like you eating mayonnaise that you're sad that you can't eat mayonnaise. Who said you can't eat mayonnaise? You care too much about what they think, and that was a terrible example because nobody's really fighting about that. I hope y'all not fighting about mayonnaise, right? It's just trying. I'm just trying to give you an example of care about what they think, but don't care. Like don't elevate them to the level of God, where their opinion of you matters the most. Right? I got clients who they can't be good if their partner don't see them as good. So they're constantly doing the Michael Jackson for blind people. Why do I call it doing the Michael Jackson for blind people if their partner's standing there? Because all of that dancing and performing you're doing, it won't matter. They may as well be blind. So uh you care too much. You are fighting for attachment, not love. Folk think, I can't let them go because I'm so in love with them. No, you can't let them go because you guys are attached. Now, we're supposed to attach as human beings, but sometimes the attachment is stronger than the love. And sometimes the attachment is all we have. And when an attachment is all you have, you fighting for that, like you're going to hurt yourself because the love piece is not there and the attachment could be dysfunctional. So uh, just know what you're fighting for. Don't think that just because you can't stop thinking about them and you just can't imagine your life without them. The only reason that is true for you is because you love them. You're going to hurt yourself. Why? Because you're believing a lie, more than likely. Okay, here's the next one. People want ideal marriages when they don't have an ideal spouse or they don't have ideal situations. How you want an ideal marriage, but you don't have an ideal spouse? What I mean by ideal marriage, folk come to see me and when they're talking about how they want their marriage to work, it sounds like something out of a book. And it sounds good. And watch this, it's not wrong. I would want a marriage like that. I would want a marriage like that. I would want a marriage like that. Like the things they're saying, yeah. Here's the problem. The personnel you chose or the personnel they chose, the people in the marriage, y'all ain't equipped for that. So you want an ideal situation when you don't have an ideal situation. You want an ideal marriage, but you don't have ideal personnel. Y'all say it with me. You're going to hurt yourself. Uh, this is the last one. Uh, now, this one, so I'm going to say this one. This is something that people say, but I want to address it because I think it ain't deep, but I think it's still worth addressing. Here we go. Someone will say, for example, when you don't come straight home from work, I don't trip. But when I don't come straight home from work, you get upset. You know, my response to that is if I was in that conversation and like my partner was telling me that, I'm be like, Ann, all you just told you, the only thing you just told me is that we're different. I knew that because I like females. I'm a man. So I already know we're different. You're female. I'm a man. I'm Clifton. You're not. I was born over here. You was born over there. This my mama. That's your mama. Like, we're not the same. When people say that, what they're really saying is, you need to be like me. When you come home late from work, I don't fuss at you. So then, when I come home from late from work, you shouldn't fuss at me. Tell me where that makes sense. It doesn't. Because the reason when I come home from work late, the reason you don't fuss at me is because of who you are. Now, if you want to fuss, then fuss. But I don't operate that way. When you come home late from work, I'm gonna fuss, even though I come home late myself, because I ain't married to me like that. It's like when I was like in my 20s, maybe even 30s, 20s. I would say I want to meet a female who has a small waist, wide hips, flat stomach. And I didn't have a flat stomach at the time. And so people would say, how you gonna want a woman with a flat stomach? And you don't have a flat stomach. I said, because I ain't dating me. If the person I choose wants a man with a flat stomach, she's not gonna choose me. But that ain't got nothing to do with my choice. In the same way, in your marriage, just because you show up a certain way, don't mean your partner gonna show up that way. We want people in our marriage, we want our partners to show up a certain way, and they don't. Folk don't show up the way we want them to. But here's why. Most of the time, not all the time, most of the time, it's because they can't. I don't know how to show up that way. Wait a minute. Are you saying when you see your wife crying, you don't know how to comfort her? I know what comfort is in my head, but I don't know how to do what she wants me to do. Well, what she wants you to do? Well, when she crying, she want me to come closer and hold her. You wait a minute. You can't hold your wife. You can't come close to your wife and hold her when she crying. Nah, I can't. Why not? Because when I was a kid. Oh, you really can't do that. right? My point is, we want our partners to show up in ways they may not have the ability to do. So then we need to learn to accept who we chose. And then we grow. I know nobody signing up for that. I told a client today, there's a premarital couple. I said, man, I'm gonna do more things for my premarital couples this year. And if I could just coach all the premarital couples in the world, I bet donuts to dollars, we are going to bring the divorce rate down. Because over half of them ain't gonna get married. Because when I finish telling them what marriage is, assuming they believe me, they not. They gonna be like, oh yeah, no, I ain't signing up for that. And if you are thinking about getting married, maybe you shouldn't be signing up for it because I keep telling y'all, marriage, it ain't for the weak. Marriage is not a party. Marriage is more like the hospital than the club. But y'all keep running to it because you're looking for love. That's the wrong place. It's the wrong place. Now, I'm gonna do another live. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today because I got a client. I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to. Let me not do that. I said I was gonna stop preempting myself and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do this, do that." But this is live. If I go live again today, y'all check it out. We'll talk about Jamal Bryant's wife's dress. Gotta talk about that. But anyway, just my little random. I just want to give y'all some random tips because I was thinking about this stuff today. Make sure I got all of them. Yeah, that's all of them. I got people's. I don't know what I will let you guys know the next time I'm live. Not the next time I'm live. I'll let y'all know soon what the theme for January is going to be because January is already here. I know, but I don't know the theme yet. Uh, I think the theme for January is going to be marriage. Theme for February is going to be love. I don't know. We'll work it out. I'll see y'all next time. Even if I know this was what is called unconventional and random and not as put together, but if it bless you, send it to somebody. Send it to somebody. Send it to somebody who you know may need it. Okay. See y'all next time.